Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Running with the Bashbros. I'm Seha.
And I'm Logan. And for today's episode, we've been getting some feedback from you guys out there on social media and some questions. So today we're going to kind of answer some of those questions. The first one, actually, Mandy Mitchell actually has two questions for us. One that we can answer real quick is regarding hair products. And she wants to know what kind of hair products that we use.
How do I make this happen? I just wake up. No, just kidding. Well, I use Tresemme conditioner and shampoo. So not the 2-in-1 because I heard that's not very good. So I use, shampoo first and then conditioner.
Yep.
And I usually I do the conditioner and then I'll leave it on for like a couple of minutes. And apparently it makes it, look pretty awesome.
Do you blow dry?
Yeah, sometimes I blow. If I'm gonna go out, I blow dry. If I'm just hanging out, I just let it air dry. When I'm riding a truck.
For me, it's about the same. I think I switch up my brands every now and again. I think I've heard that that's a good idea. Maybe it's not, but Tresemme or Aussie. There's a couple brands that I use, shampoo and conditioner, and then I think Mandy also asked if we use leave-in conditioner, and just for you today, Mandy, I am, but typically I don't.
I didn't even know what that was. Leave-in conditioner?
Yeah.
I use like serum where you just kind of put a few dabs in and then you just kind of do this and run it through your hair and it kind of makes it look shiny and it eliminates the frizz.
Well, okay, so Mandy, I hope that answers. We're gonna get to your second question here in a second, but at what point, when would you cut your hair?
I think the longest I've had is probably about this long, and that was probably last year around this time. When am I gonna cut it? I don't know, man. For those of you guys who know Trey, he has some killer hair, man, and I like his hair. So maybe I can get it that long. It's like he has in a ponytail, like a loose ponytail, and it's just super cool and hippie-ish, and I dig that. But then sometimes I miss the young Seha look, like the comb over sometimes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess whenever it starts getting annoying.
But you don't like ponytails.
No, I don't like ponytails. I like his ponytail.
Okay. Are you talking about Trey Harrison?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. There's some speed with that hair as well. Okay, so Mandy's other question was, and it's a little more serious, when do you push through pain and when do you say I better back off, I better stop?
There's two different kinds of pain. The pain that happens when you start running really fast, and it's the kind that makes you want to slow down. That is, I guess, the better pain to have because you're gonna, there's no injury or anything like that. The second one is injury related. So whether it be from Achilles tendonitis or some kind of knee pain or hamstring issues, that is a different kind of pain, and that is the one that you need to be careful with. I would probably say if you're limping around, even remotely limping, you should definitely back off, take the day off, maybe cross-train if it's not affecting the area, cross-train, aqua jog, but it's definitely better to take a day off instead of keep on pushing through that pain that can eventually become something serious and having to take off like 2 or 3 weeks or something else. A lot of people do...
Stop. Stop.
Okay, so Mandy's second question is, when do you push through pain? So when do you decide, okay, this is a type of injury pain, or this is a pain I should back?
Dude, I gotta take a break, dude. I gotta take a break, bro.
Okay, so for Mandy's second question, when do you push through pain, and when do you decide to call it a day? Okay, Mandy, so for your second question, when do you call it a day, or when do you decide to push through pain?
For me, I think you kind of have to, unfortunately, sometimes.
Mandy, for your second question, when do you push through pain, and when do you decide to stop?
So, a couple of things. One thing is, I think sometimes, unfortunately, you have to just kind of maybe go too far and know where that point is. that you should have stopped. That's happened to, well, the reason I say that is because that's happened to me with my IT band. I would just go for a run And sometimes I'd be so stubborn if I was going out for a 6-mile run and my knee started hurting at 2 miles. Instead of stopping and turning around, I would keep going for that other 4 miles and just finish. And if I'm hurt, then I'm hurt. I think there is a difference between being hurt and being hurting and being injured. A lot of that can be like mental. You know, if you're just tired from a long run, you're not necessarily injured and you need to like stop or something like that, but it's just you're definitely hurting. But and I think you're going to talk about this, but if it's something physical and you're like physically altered, that's some time where you need to start looking for some rest.
Yeah. So my thing is, if you're limping even just a little bit and it's affecting the way you run or whatever it is, there's going to be some kind of compensation going on elsewhere, and that could lead to other issues. So my advice is, even if it's just a little limp or just a slight pull or slight, you know, some kind of funkiness going on, just back off, take the day off, take the next day off if you can. Maybe cross train for a couple of days, because it's better to take one day off or a couple of days off instead of like a week or a month worth of training. So that's our best advice here.
And ease back into it.
Yeah.
But that's a good point you said about compensating. You might not realize it, but if you're running and your left knee is hurting, and then so you keep running for a while, and then your left knee all of a sudden feels better, but then all of a sudden your right knee starts to hurt, and you're like, what's going on here? It's because you were compensating and you were like pushing through that injury when you should have pulled it back.
So there you go, Mandy.
Yeah. Hopefully that answers your question. So another question is from Steve Simpson, and he wanted to know if racing every weekend is a good or a bad idea. It's a difficult question to ask because there's a lot of levels out there. Different types of, you know, people that are pretty experienced and others that aren't. People that are getting into it and people that are, you know, your weekend warrior and stuff. So my best advice would be, I think if it's a 5K, maybe you run 2 a month. If you really feel like getting after it, two 5Ks a month, just because you're gonna have to take some downtime after the 5K, assuming you went all out. So maybe you're gonna have to take a down day the next day, or maybe 2, depending on how advanced you are. If it's a 10K, maybe once every 3 weeks. So race 1 10K every 3 weeks. Half marathon, probably once every 3 to 4 months, I want to say. Marathons, probably no more than 3 marathons every 2 years. And a lot of that is because, yes, you can race every week, but you're probably not gonna race into shape all the time. You're gonna reach a plateau, and after that, you're gonna have to start trying to switch things around so that you can run a faster time than you did the previous time. So my main thing why I don't want to race every weekend is because main thing is you want to be fitter, or at least try and be fitter every time you race. So that's why I wouldn't race every weekend or every couple of weeks, depending on what distance it is. And I think you're talking about when your examples are when you're racing and putting forth maximal effort.
Exactly.
So like when he says, for example, like no more than 3 marathons in a certain amount of time, that's when you're racing. You can go out and do a 26-mile long run or a marathon distance long run, but you're not putting forth that race ever to where you're going to be extremely taxed. But when you're really maxing your body out, you need to take that recovery. Yeah,
recovery is one of the main things. So
and another reason I wouldn't race every weekend, and this is just me because I don't have a lot of money, is that could become a financial situation if you're racing every single weekend. So what do we have next?
Hope that answers the question, Steve. P. Sheffield, how much time do you take to recover after a race?
It definitely depends on it definitely depends on the distance of the race or what it was, and it depends on the person and their body. For me, after a marathon, I generally take 10 days of 2 weeks. Like I've said in previous episodes, some people say for each day you race, or each mile that is in your race, that you should take that many days of recovery. If you're doing a 5K, you can go out for a run the next day, I would think.
It's probably even beneficial because you're gonna run, you're gonna get that blood flow going, which is probably good to just kind of get rid of any junk or that was left inside your legs.
I think it depends,
like lactic acid and stuff like that.
But I just think it depends on the race distance and how you're feeling. the longer the distance, the more you're going to need to recover. But
yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you say. Probably my rule of thumb is for every hard mile that you race, take an easy day for that. So 5Ks, take 2 days maybe of easy running. It doesn't mean you don't run. It just means it's easy running. A 10K, same thing with that. Take 6 days of easy running before you do an actual hard quality workout. Half marathon's a little tricky there. You might not want to run for a few days. But after 3 or 4 days of not running, maybe do some light jogging, and then eventually after like 2 weeks from that initial race day, maybe do a light rhythm run or something, or some kind of progression run that's not going to tax you as much, but that's going to wake up your legs. Marathon, take 2 weeks of downtime, and then ease into it with some aqua jogging or some cross training of some sort. And then if you feel like you've 100% recovered, then start jogging lightly.
And take recovery seriously. Don't start freaking out that you're going to lose all of your fitness if you take a day off or something like that. It's going to be beneficial. So yeah, thanks Pete for that question.
Bill Phillips.
Bill, before we get to his question, he when we were talking about Batman versus X-Men, Bill, he's going with Captain America. He definitely wanted that to be known. I think that's a
yeah.
But he kind of went into like I don't know if he was is he natural.
He's not, because he was
like a science project.
Yeah, almost like Wolverine. He was a science project,
yeah.
right? Yeah. So
yeah,
there you go.
Okay, but that's
sorry, Bill. Batman.
But Bill's question is, what made you get into long distance running?
Well, I did soccer from the first day I can walk up until my last day in high school. Like, that was my thing. I was gonna play pro soccer. Like, in my mind, like, that's what I wanted to do, man. I wanted to play for the LA Galaxy. Like, that's what I wanted to do. Eventually, I wanted to learn how to run from authoritative figures. I'm just kidding. That hasn't happened yet. But I don't know. I guess it just I had a lot of fun running track in high school, and I made a lot of great friendships, and it just kind of opened the door to like a different type of competitive atmosphere. Where in soccer, it's like a team thing. And then in running, it's also a team thing, but then a part of it is just kind of, it's a lot of proving to yourself that, you can do certain things, and trying to push through limits and trying to raise your own ceiling. So I think that's kind of cool. It's just kind of like a sense of self-satisfaction, I guess. And it, honestly, what made you want to run distance, I can honestly say that every couple of months, I have a different, a different reason for wanting to run. I can't stick to just one. That's for sure.
For me, it's just I've always I didn't do track or cross country in high school. I was a basketball player my entire life until I got out of high
Baller.
School. But I think I've just always really liked endurance activities, endurance sports, whether it's cycling or now running, just to see how far I can push myself, how much better you can get. And then it just kind of became a bigger and bigger thing. So that's really the main reason for me. Thanks, Bill.
Now, onto the Quickfires. I'm actually really excited about the Quickfires because I
have a feeling these are going to get intense today.
Yeah, I put a lot of thought into these. Would you like to start?
Yeah, I'll ask you first. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Woo!
If you could give yourself a nickname, what would it be?
The Obese Beast.
The Obese?
The Obese Beast, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Obese, yeah.
Okay.
It's easy.
Okay. Do you shave your legs?
Yes. Probably a couple of days before a big race. But I don't like getting them too hairy, because then, so even if I'm not racing, I'll shave them, because I just don't like the hairiness.
Okay. Okay. Have you pooped your pants while running?
I sharded. So does that count? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was running back home in California, Pico Rivera, one of my favorite parks to run at, just because I have so many wonderful memories there. A place called Leg Lake, and one of my coaches calls it gambling, where you fart, but you don't know if it's gonna be just gas or another surprise.
There's gonna be some.
And I gambled, I put all my chips in, dude, and I lost. So yeah, it was just a little. Came out.
A little substance.
Yeah, and then I had to run about half a mile, and that was it.
Okay.
That was uncomfortable. Like this, not that actual moment.
Whew. Have you ever used your running accomplishments to pick up a girl?
Well, that's not very attractive to people, man. Like, just like,
Okay, maybe.
yeah, I can run.
I guess
I can run a lot of miles. I mean, I guess maybe.
I guess they would have to
Sharon finds it attractive. I think. I hope so.
I guess okay, but she's a runner, so
Yeah,
maybe
she's a
you need to
runner.
be a runner in real life.
Yeah, like I don't know. I couldn't see myself in the past saying like, so do you run? Want a drink? I don't know. I feel like I'd have no chance at the time.
Have you ever been on a run and saw an attractive girl and altered your route?
No, I haven't done that. I've never done that.
Okay.
When I'm training, I'm training. I'm just kidding. No, I've never done that, but yeah.
Okay. And my last question is, has another man's sweat ever gone into your mouth while running?
Yes, actually, that's nasty, man. That is super nasty. Man, probably Shelby Zahn has been one of those. I'm
He's
sorry,
a heavy sweater.
Lynn Zahn. Probably him. I'm sure at some point somebody has. Yeah, that's not very. It's just like a. And that's the end of it. Yeah, yeah.
Like Dumb and Dumber with the ketchup and mustard. Okay.
Quickfire for Logan. All right. This is okay. The first one is.
I'm scared about these because I think there's some stuff.
Snake in there. Okay. Would you rather do a 15-mile long run with bowel movements, or while you're chafing in your thighs and in your nips?
So I either having.
You have bowel movements of 15 miles, or you're chafing nonstop, and you can't take off your shirt. You don't have anything. You just straight up chafe.
Probably chafing.
And you can't release either.
Probably chafing because
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
Neither one's good.
Okay. One thing you can have on race day, what would it be?
I need to, like, besides shorts and shoes and stuff.
Right.
What distance?
Half marathon.
Okay, I would need to have, besides my Bashbro bandana, I would need a goo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Express your love?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm going to give you some options here. Would you rather run... Can't look.
Okay.
Would you rather run in a nice comfortable apparel and a pair of addiction walkers for a marathon, or very comfortable shoes, or a very sexy pair of runner pants that say "Catch me if you can" in the back? Your choice.
This is a no doubt for me, but I'm taking these
All right.
with nice shoes.
All right, and you can't clean up anywhere, so it's
That's
just
fine. That's fine.
All right, he said it. He's a runner pants type of guy. All right, now, if your life was based off a Disney princess movie, which one would it be and why?
Man, that's tough.
You have to answer this.
I wasn't like the biggest Disney fan. Let me. Like there's the Little Mermaid, right?
Yeah.
Give me some other.
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Snow White.
Sleeping Beauty.
Man, those. Which one is like my life?
Yeah. Cinderella.
Man, I don't. That's tough. I don't know how I'd incorporate any of those into my life.
Okay, any Disney movie or any movie that you can like say this is my life.
That's tough, man. I can't think of it on the spot. I just don't know how. Well, because like all of those are like rags to riches story or.
So you're already rich? Is that
No,
what you're
I'm
saying?
not. But like, no, I haven't got to the rich part.
Okay, gotcha. All right, he's gonna take the official one and only pass.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, like thought that comes into your mind when you hear the name Raquel and Amy, and you can't say moms, and why?
Funny.
Funny for who?
Both of them.
Okay, you gotta use different words.
Okay. I would say funny for Amy, and I'm
Why?
not because
What's the thing that makes you laugh
she's
about
just
it
a
most?
character, and she has some good dance moves.
Yoki?
Yeah. And she's just really funny. And for Raquel, not that Amy isn't, or not that Raquel is not funny, but for Raquel, probably smart. I think she really knows her stuff in a lot of different areas. So yeah, funny and smart. Yep.
Well, there you go. Those are your quick fires. Thank you guys for joining us again.
It's a fun
episode of Running with the Bash Bros.
Yep.
Any questions that we may have missed, please feel free to send them our way.
Yep.
And that is it. You guys have a good week of training.
Catch you next time.
Okay.
Try not to make it too lengthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you, dude.
Yep.
All right, laugh now. Just get out of me. Just get it out of me, dude.
Damn it, dude. All right. This is not gonna work today. Even if we laugh, just smile, just keep going.
Okay. You just pass that on to me.